Nothing's wrong. Fuck, stop asking me questions. And why are you shocked that Forte was stabbed? You clearly know something. Lau, ease back. Echo, I'm tired of you being a bitch. She clearly knows something, bro. Back up. I'm with Lau. But please, Kenan, if you notice something odd, we need your help. Then you want to do the same thing. Oh, get me there. Get me there. We know what happened last time. Let me hear it. Y'all know I like to turn this up. Hold on. I just want to hit the beat drop. Hold on. I'll cut this part out on God. I just want to hear my beat drop. I missed it. A little bit. What's good, y'all? What up? As you get back? Get to another video. Today we're back with Danganronpa Lapse. Let's get right back into it. Let's get right back into it. Let's get right back into it. Last time we left off, I mean, it's obvious, right? Last time we left off, we went with Lyle, discovered the trophy room and the testing chambers. We met Gaia Sperry, and we found out she's under Eve. We what was this guy, Akihiko? I don't remember his first name. That's his last name. The ultimate radio host is Zero, but Zero is a whole separate infection, right? Site, whatever the fuck. It seems like a virus or some shit. I don't fucking know. Point is, Zero's a whole nother person. It's not even that Akihiko kid. He was throwing around motives. Lau got this motive to where the lights got shut off, and then fucking just mayhem happened, right? The only way to take off the lights or turn them back on was murder. As soon as the lights came back on, we found out one person was dead, and that was sadly Forte. And Tay was sitting with her hands, I mean, filled with blood, bitch. Let's be real. You know what I'm saying? She had blood on her hands. This trial seems pointless. This trial seems absolutely fucking pointless. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know why I'm fucking doing it, but fuck it. It's clearly safe, but let's get to it. Okay. Woo! Wow, they gave me a banger. Oh, rip. What did he say? I didn't even read it. She didn't turn. Kenan, I was cold to you last night. You don't have to apologize. I ought to be the one who's sorry. Kenan's voice was hushed. Huh? I'm sorry. But you don't have anything to be sorry for. I'm the one who tore you I'm the one who tore your well-intentioned photo in half. I'm sorry, I can't read. I didn't graduate high school. I'm a fucking failure. I had life issues, y'all. I didn't drop out because I wanted to. Kenan? What does she mean? I ought to be the one who's sorry. She might be a fucking murderer, bro. The atmosphere was disquieting. No one said a word. We stoically reserved all our inquiries for the upcoming trial. Yo, I dead ass had to like toss a bottle cap, and if it, wow, that's fire. If it lands on the top part of the cap, I'm recording The Walking Dead. But if it lands on the other side, I'm recording Dangan. It landed on the other side. That's how hard it was for me to decide what to play, because I really want to find out what happens for both. But let's go. Another visit to the trial grounds. Damn, look at all those dead people. Every trace of the crime scene had been removed, as if nothing happened. This beat is funky. However, I still saw the phantom image of blood painting the floorboard in the back of my eyes. Fuck. The five of us stepped in, warily footsteps echoing the chamber as we habitually navigated to our respective stands in silence. Another trial. Woo! I like this beat. When we split up, our groups had discovered a slew of information that attempted to explain our captivity. This beat is... Bro, bitch, stop playing. They sat in the stool for real. He sat in the stool like this. Telling people to get up and shit if it was hype or not. You know what I'm saying? He had the headphones on like... When we split up, our groups had discovered a slew of information that it attempted to explain our captivity. Wow. But in spite of making these discoveries that we thought would help us prevent further danger, another one of our group has fallen. It's unfortunate that I must greet you like this, but welcome back to the trial grounds. A fuzzy hologram of Gaia appeared before us.
Oh, you're here too? Sure, whatever. Showing your face isn't really going to change anything, you know?
Gaia, do you know anything about what happened to Forte? Watch this, watch this. I can't say that I do. I knew it. Consider my presence and access to your discussion. Should you need any inquiries answered, I will do my best. I gotta figure out her voice.
Jeez, this one has been nothing but useless.
If anything, I would posit that Zero will. At very least, respect my testimony.
What makes you think you can pull the wool out over our eyes? What if you two are colluding? You give her too much credit. At this point, she's nothing but an obstacle. Eve, or rather, as you know her now, Gaia knows Silch. I'm the only one who knows for certain whether you all will be voting correctly or incorrectly. After all, what kind of judge would I be if I didn't know? Great Gaia, man, stripping her of her prize.
Huh?
We're not here to talk about that. So, let's get this show on the road.
I hate doing his voice. Like, it hurts my throat, bro.
Let's go over the rules, shall we?
No. We know the rules. We know the rules. I'm not gonna read this, y'all. Don't do this. We know the rules.
Our victim today is Forte Solo, the ultimate opera singer. It's a real shame we never got to hear that bass, baritone voice of his. Whatever the fuck that says. So you know what to do. I'm sure you get this one done with a real click.
Zero chuckled to himself after his brisk opening statement. We all stared at each other from the oh my god, circumference of the stands. Our eyes locking onto the most. I'm so gassed. Let's go. You. Don't waste your breath on this. There's an obvious answer.
Is that so?
Oh. Don't waste your breath on this. There's an obvious answer.
Is that so? Let us be the judge of that.
This case is going to be difficult, but we need to try. Though I desperately wish this wouldn't happen again, a culprit must be found.
First things first, we can't ignore the fact that Say was right in the middle of the crime scene, drenched in blood, presumably from the victim himself. It is ineffable, whatever the fuck, I can't read. The sheer amount of evidence proving that you are at fault for this.
Make your own judgment.
Fine. There's no way around the fact that no one else could have killed Forte, but I suppose I'll entertain you. Bitch, let's clear up everyone's alibi.
When the six of us split up, the two groups were as follows.
Missy, Forte, and Say went to investigate the floors we've seen. Cannon, Echo, and I went to investigate beyond the foyer doors. Here's when Gaia's statement will prove useful.
Yeah, me and Law and Cannon were together with her for a majority of the afternoon down in the testing chambers.
That is correct. I have not left the testing chambers since my release. As for supporting Law and Echo's statement, I did not see anyone leave the testing chambers. Nevertheless, I unfortunately took no notice of when Cannon supposedly left.
Yeah, Cannon, you managed to slip out unnoticed while Law and I spoke together. Where did you go?
I had to step out. Step out? And where to? Back to the main wing so you can sneak around and plot something on your own?
Now, my thought of this, y'all, I was like, yo, maybe she has something on her camera and that's how she was able to navigate through the shit so easily. That's what I thought. I might be right, I might be wrong, I don't fucking know.
Cannon in the main wing, she were involved in Forte's murder. She never made herself known during our journey. The three of us didn't see a trace of her as we explored the room. Only the three of us went up in the elevator before Forte's demise.
So only the three of you went up. Missy, is there anything else you could tell us about your group's exploration? Forte is no longer with us and
Say is obvious culprit number one.
And Say might be unreliable.
Doesn't the blood speak for itself?
Say, one moment.
I'd hate to commit to a conclusion so hastily, so I would like to know what occurred leading to the events that caused my side of the investigation to unravel so grievously. The three of us moved as one unit in the main wing for the entirety of our investigation. Like I said, we all entered the trial grounds together.
And, right, I was just about to say that, like the fuck, dude, keep talking, hello?
Well, I cannot speak more plainly about what occurred after. I wish more than anything it were untrue, but that wish is nothing but dust. The slash that has been carved and proves this.
Oh, that's hard, that's hard.
Say it turned the dagger on me.
Clear as day. Say Kono is the culprit behind Forte Solo's murder. Hold it.
If you ask me to act right now, I wouldn't lay a vote against Say. I was the only one present when she made her assault. I shall know what her motive to cause harm was, and I say it was not with murderous intent.
Say still harm you though.
The action alone could be indicative of more. Case in point, the very poignant murder of Forte. I don't fucking know if that's how you say the word. Are you protecting her? What do you even have to gain from doing that like that? Hang on. If Missy has an explanation, we should hear her out. I'm still apprehensive about voting too quickly, especially when we haven't yet established any rhyme or something, or reason. Indeed, my testimony is not driven by a want to gain anything except the truth. Would I not be endangering myself if I voted against, say... Ugh. I see where this is going. Knowing tiresome you all are, you want to dig for a reason behind these sort of things, despite seeing the conclusion could not be more telling. Fine, let's talk motivation. I've been messing up his voice. Just cut to the chase, will you? It would be helpful, after all. Zero explicitly delivered motivations in different targeted ways over the course of the afternoon. Motivations. What could have caused Say to turn the dagger against Missy, and possibly against Forte as well? And did hearing the other motivations cause someone else to behave differently? Hopefully, in turn, we might also get an answer to Lao's question of what Missy might have to gain if she potentially were protected Say. Discussion commence. I like these. I love these, y'all. I love these. Let's see. Let's see what everyone has to say about their specific motives. My motive, it was a photograph. My motive, along with Cannon's, was delivered shortly after our two groups parted ways. I can't fucking read. A photograph. The bloodied portrait of a friend whom the dagger once belonged to. Say, the announcement didn't direct any sort of gift to you. That's right. And Lao, your motive was the blackout, a result of my fear of the dark. Alright, after going through this, I'm still wrong. I have no clue. Oh shit. I think I skipped a bunch of shit. I was right. And Lao, your motive. Darkness? I wasn't aware something like that occurred. Yeah, but if you don't have any remembrance of it, it might have lasted for the duration of when you were knocked out. I see. What does my motive have to do with the case? Anyway, we already discussed that. Me, Echo, and Gare were all together on the floor beneath the foyer, nowhere near the trial grounds. Well, we have to assume it affected the entire building and that the group upstairs also lost their visibility. The darkness occurring has to have some bearing to the time of events. Say, do you recall a blackout occurring? Yes. I can't believe I still have to ask, but care to elaborate at all? It's unimportant. Is that so? But during that moment before Gare found the flashlight, it was too dark to even see my own hand in front of my face. How would it have been possible for anyone to do anything without visibility? Based on the murder scene, we have a glaringly obvious culprit, but none of us could understand why Say would act in such a way. To make things more confusing, Say's the only one without a properly delivered motive. The timing and respective intensity of each individual motive must create some I don't know, in our headscapes as far as I can tell. It's a little tough to follow which ones are and aren't irrelevant. So now that I think about it, what if announcing them was the purpose, the motives? What? Announcing the motives? But why would someone else's motive affect anyone but the person it's meant for? Well, I was just thinking, I didn't receive a personalized motive either. But to hear that everyone got something that would try to provoke them to murder, wouldn't that be frightening? To hear who has motives and a reason to kill, you'd feel tormented that others could turn on you. That's all I can think of. Say received her motive last, at least before Lao's blackout. In that case, we're back to square one. Say is the culprit. You just explained the reason why she would be motivated to kill, despite not receiving a personal life motive herself. She heard all the motives previous to hers and must have been shaken by the potential of everyone turning on her. Well, it's possible, but no buts. If you need more proof, let's move on. Nah, I'm not gonna lie, that was a tough one, y'all. Like, with the advent of Missy's claim of Say's attack in mind, the next topic is obvious. That is the state of Forte's body. Nah. Hold on, y'all. I'll be back. Okay, there was really nothing there. With the advent of Missy's claim of Say's attack in mind, the next topic is obvious. That is, okay, yeah. Yeah, the victim report was extremely non-specific, more than the previous. Vague on purpose, most likely. Or an innumerable amount of stab wounds in his abdomen, likely from the dagger before it was finally stuck in his body. Stabbed? I thought. Kenan quickly fell silent. Something you want to share? Oh, that's right. Kenan, you didn't even see the body, did you? No, I didn't see the body. Then is something wrong?
No, nothing's wrong. Fuck, stop asking me questions. Then why are you shocked that Forte was stabbed? You clearly know something.
Lau, ease back. Echo, I'm tired of you being a bitch. She clearly knows something, bro. Back up. I'm with Lau. But please, Kenan, if you notice something odd, we need your help. Then you want to do the same thing.
Something odd? My help? It's... I shot Forte.
Oh, shit. Why did you shoot Forte? Huh? You did what? Kenan!
That's what you were up to. You'd better explain yourself. Not only was the revolver out of Missy's hands when we met up with her, you also have no alibi whatsoever.
I would hope Kenan isn't as contentious the person you think she is to deny information as critical as this when cornered. But I must know as well. When did you come to the foyer? And to what end did the revolver's last bullet and treats have finally been spent? Kenan freely admitted that she caused harm to Forte, but to know why she meant to do such a thing caused an anticipation to rise in my chest. I've been suspicious of Say for a while. I had either a strange intuition or just another strain of bad luck led me on. What made me act was finally seeing that mystery announcer in the testing chambers. Echo and Lau discovered Gaia, the voice behind Eve, so naturally the other encapsulated person must be Say's connection. But what made you suspect Zero and Say had a connection to begin with? I noticed her reaction at the first Killing Game announcement. She was transfixed on that voice, as if she heard it before. It's a small detail, but I couldn't shake it. From day one, I've only ever been suspicious of her. Oh! By laying low, she was playing the long game, but that plan had to backfire eventually, right? So I slipped out while Gaia, Echo, and Lara were talking. I had to investigate my apprehensions about her. Returning to the foyer, I moved warily. But I didn't find any trace of them on the first floor. The only thing I found was a photo on the floor and a puncture mark in the wall near the elevator. Notice the elevator was at the trial ground. I called for the elevator to follow after. Oh my gosh, these are... Upon arrival, the doors opened and Missy was suddenly flung into the elevator cab with me. Oh my gosh, let me take the fucking screenshots, bro. Fuck. She just dropped in, bloodied, and her head hung low. I thought she might have been dead. I looked in to see who her assailant was and saw Say and Forte in the middle of a struggle. Even though Forte had a dagger in his hand, Say was the one with blood all over her hands. He must have pulled the weapon away from her just after the attack, or after her attack. My suspicion about Say was confirmed. She was under our noses the whole time, waiting for the right moment to strike. Missy's revolver had fallen out of her coat pocket. I grabbed it and didn't think twice. I fired it towards Say. Well, I thought I did. The lights went out seconds after and I couldn't see where my shot landed. I couldn't run in and check either, since the elevator shut in my face and mechanically returned me and Missy to the foyer. I ran. A shot was fired. Missy was unconscious, and a blackout overtook everything. Does that statement help? There we have it. A confession. Lyle! Stop being stupid! She didn't even see where the fucking bullet landed, you bozo! Go through the fucking trial. What? Wait! Wait for what? Is there any reason for us to not accept this as the truth? Well, no, but Kenan said she fired the revolver. A gun wound? Where? That doesn't explain the lacerations. We can't ignore the one thing the Monokuma file detailed for us. There has to be some relevance. It's within reason for me to doubt the fact, aren't I? Oh, I can explain them. What? How? Because I stabbed him in the abdomen after he was shot. What? Why? There's no use hiding it since you confessed. Truthfully, I couldn't believe it at first, but seeing how desperate she was, I ultimately wanted to help Kenan escape. Huh? After I witnessed Kenan shoot Forte from the elevator, he fell quickly. I saw his bracelet turn pink. I realized that because she wasn't with Law or Echo, Kenan would be most likely implicated as a culprit. So I did what I had to do. I stabbed Forte's body several times near the gunshot wound to conceal it, making it look like he had died of blood loss from lacerations rather than the shot. Since I was the only one on the trial grounds, the blame would be redirected to me. After all, Kenan wants to leave just as much as any of us. Why not give her the advantage?
What? The fuck is this?
No way.
So Kenan became the culprit without even seeing her victim fall. This is bullshit, bro. This is the most bullshit thing I've ever heard. Is that it? I can't argue with that. I didn't even see whether or not he died. But you're just going to accept it. Look, dumbass. All I know is that I fired a shot and someone ended up dead. What else is there to say, bitch?
And unfortunately, as far as we know, the surrounding conditions of Forte's death are indisputable.
And Say is the only eyewitness.
But is that really all there is to it? Given that I ultimately wound up in the foyer, it stands with reason that Kenan indeed visited the trial grounds, causing the elevator cab to go up and bring me back down after the assault. And you witnessed that I did not find a revolver on my person after I awoke.
I can't argue with that, but listen to you. It's all been laid out on the table. I'm not hiding anything this time. You want me to keep going with this discussion because the truth is hard to swallow? Is that it? I have news for you. These trials are full of impossible to accept facts. I'm sorry for continuing this vicious cycle. So won't you just allow me to leave with whatever is left of my dignity? Just let me receive punishment already.
No, that's not it at all. I just...
If there's something bothering you, just spit it out already.
I couldn't help but think there was something missing. I was racking my head for an answer, for something. The story just feels off to me. I just don't know why.
I know, because that's fucking dumb. The lights went out. She didn't even know if she hit him. This is stupid. Everything is out in the open. What else is there to deliberate? Nothing. Don't be a coward and just vote me off already. If there's no proof of another culprit, then you're just endangering yourself with an incorrect vote.
This is dumb as fuck. Sure, there's something else we can talk about that can save you. Kenan, don't you care that you could be executed?
Of course I care. But who am I to argue with these facts? They're impossible to dispute.
Come on, Kenan.
It's my punishment, isn't it? It's only fair that I get what I deserve. I can't fight it.
Kenan, stop being like that, girl. You are like one of my favorite characters. Don't do this to me. It wasn't you.
I didn't know what to think. None of us had an inkling of what truly occurred on the trial grounds. I know, bro. Let me discuss, bro.
Kenan admitted that she shot Forte. Say claims that the shot was what killed him. Say masked the gun wound by stabbing Forte several times, allowing Kenan a clean getaway. But since Kenan unexpectedly confessed, there was no reason for Say to keep secret the fact that she disturbed the crime scene, making it appear the way it did. All I could do is take their word as truth, right? No, Kenan and Say's testimonies were the only things we had to work with. Yet I couldn't help but feel like there was much more to this. I was struggling to find the truth in this trial, but would it lead me to a dead end?
Bro, let me discuss, bro.
Dead end?
Missy said something like that when I went with her in Forte the first time. We ran into a dead end of sorts when we were investigating the courtroom. We couldn't find Zero or any other hints. And then we were all killed one by one shortly thereafter. But something inexplicable occurred as my consciousness faded. I returned to the time before we split into two groups. This time, when I went with Lao's group, I had information I never could have known if I didn't go with Missy's group first. I knew the testing chamber's code somehow, and that Pandora's incubated sister was Gaia, the ultimate... Who? Caretaker? Huh? Cartographer. What the fuck is that, y'all? Was it possible that I needed to pursue this dead end? I grit my teeth. I had an absurd idea. The discussion is over. There's nothing wrong. Kenan is the culprit.
Oh, shit. What's he doing? I like where this is going.
I looked over at my classmates who all had the same painted, startled expression at the finality of my decision. All of them were shocked except Say.
That's right. Nothing is wrong.
Zero silently obliged, calling forward the vote screens to the other students. Everyone was dumbfounded, but with no other option laid before them, only one vote was...
You can't be serious. You can't be serious. You can't be serious. Don't make me mad. Don't make me mad. Don't make me mad. Candace herself simply turned from her place at the stands and walked into the shadow. This is it. I fled from the stand, my feet pounding as they carried me toward the hallway beyond the walls. What on earth are you doing? I paid no attention to Gaia's call. I was pursuing that dead end. I slipped in Gaia's startled exclamation along with the others. Shocked cries echoing through the halls just before the wall shut. My head was thrashing from fear. Each breath I took was heavier than the last. I threw myself into an execution. Cannon! I cautiously stepped forward. A veil of darkness caused me to lose all my bearings. Echo, what the hell are you doing here? I blindly chased after Cannon's voice, each step taking a numerous effort as I fought against all my instincts of self-preservation. This isn't right. What do you mean? You all voted for this. This is my punishment, isn't it? I was closing in on her. That's right. This is your punishment. This is everyone's punishment. Wait, what? Wiring machinery clicked into place as bursts of light flooded the room. The powerful lights bled through my closed eyelids, burning the back of my head. With each flash, the sound of an object darting through the air hit the floor before us. Each shot approaching our very location. What the fuck is going on? No, 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 no! Candace cried, peeled out amidst the sound of gunfire. I can't scream, I'm gonna be honest. All I could see between the firing flashes was the silhouette of her body convulsive violently. Oh my gosh, each hit pulling her body apart. A sharp object narrowly darted past me, tearing through my coat and breaking skin. Blood began to ooze from the cut. What? I heard Cannon collapse before me. I started toward the sound and tried to find her, guiding my hand through darkness in vain. Pin pricks met my hand. What? Needles? I felt around at the ground and picked one up. It was small. It was a small, near invisible thing on its own, but when shot at high speeds, the needles became lethal. Another series of flashes. Bro, what the fuck is going on? Another series of flashes fired up, blinding me. Between flashes, I saw the mangled body that used to be Cannon, now disfigured, bloody mass. The metallic taste of blood filled my mouth and I began to choke. A sharp pain melted its way through my throat. I buckled immediately. Pangs of anguish overwhelmed my senses. If I was wrong about this, if I was terribly, absurdly, ridiculously wrong, and I just put my life in danger for nothing. But following this dead end, there had to be something strange. This is hurting my ears. I lost my grip in this situation. I only felt pain. Terrible sensation sank into my blood and the flaming ache rushed through every inch of my body. Oh shit! Why did my camera unfocus like that? Nah, bro. Nah, bro. I'm turning that shit down. I'm sorry, y'all. All the way off. I grasped at my throat. My skin was undamaged. Only the starting phantom pain of a needle that pierced my throat remained. I wiped the sweat from my brow and met the gaze of concerned faces staring back from my exclamation. Cannon, alive once more, rivaled my panicked gaze with her own stoic expression just a few feet away from me. She was still waiting for our vote. Are you okay? Swallowing hard, I finally realized the purpose of these harrowing, strange occurrences. They gave me a glimpse of everything that could go wrong. Somehow, I had managed to escape death twice. Why was I able to experience an alternate history like that? Why was I able to experience an alternate history like that? I couldn't begin to fathom an explanation. I was trembling. My heart was hammering in my chest. But if this were anything like the moment before entering the testing chambers, I steadied my breathing. There had to be something useful in that moment of time between coming to a conscience on the culprit and being executed. If I gather what I learned from the two occurrences ending in death, perhaps I can put together a picture of what I could have occurred. As far as the group was aware, the only clues we had to work with were on the crime scene. There weren't many to begin with. Forte's body had multiple lacerations clustered in one area. Due to say hiding the gunshot wound inflicted by Cannon, he also had a small pool of blood near the back of his head. However, the other source of blood near the back of his head was what bothered me. Nothing clearly visible caused the injury. I didn't know how to explain the life-saving phenomenon I just experienced, but I knew I had to take the opportunity gave me to find the truth. Look, I still don't think we have the full picture. Please, I I can't vote for Cannon.
So you're implicating Say as well.
No, not exactly, but her presence is important.
If you think something's missing, then just shout it out.
We won't know what's going on in the head of yours if you just keep stopping the trial for no reason. That's the problem. I don't know where to start. I couldn't yet sway the group. The absurd notion that Cannon would be wrongfully executed. I didn't have the means to explain how I knew such a thing. I just think we ought to continue deliberating the details. There's something bothering me. If you could just entertain me with this, I'd like to further address the lacerations. Well, Cannon admitted she shot Forte. She didn't know whether or not it was a shot that killed him for certain or whether it hit him. Hello? Why are we not saying this stuff? I saw her shoot him. But let's say the shot itself didn't kill him right away. As far as I could tell, the stab wounds and the subsequent hidden gun wound weren't near his vitals. They were around his lower abdomen. And remember, the condition for lifting the darkness was to kill. Cannon, when did the lights go out? They went out seconds after I fired and just before the elevator doors closed on me. Hello? Is nobody else picking up on this? The elevator was still working though. I couldn't see a thing, but I felt the cab move, bringing me back down to the foyer without a hitch. After I arrived on the foyer level, I waited out the darkness in the elevator cab before running off to the atrium. She waited out the darkness, and the darkness fell seconds after she fired. Wow, we were just immobilized in the testing chambers as Cannon was in the elevator cab. Had to wait out the darkness as well. So that means Forte wasn't killed instantly. Say must have taken advantage of his injured state, taken the dagger from him with little resistance, and retaliated. He must have fallen weak from Cannon's chance shot, and when the lights went out, Say stabbed him, finishing him off to lift the darkness. In that case, what you said about covering for Cannon was a lie. So you really stabbed Forte to death. Missy knows it. Cannon saw it too. I saw? I turned the dagger on Missy first. She has a scar to prove it. Forte would be next.
What are you talking about, bitch? The fuck? I only saw Forte with the dagger facing off against you, bitch. Then, when did Say acquire the dagger?
If Forte didn't push Missy away in time, she would have fallen instead. Oh, you can't mean that. And why not? I planned that attack after I saw you pin the dagger into the wall. I took it. If you were planning to attack, why didn't you do so when sooner? You had a perfectly opportune time when we were all in the elevator going to the trial grounds. You're asking me. Oh my gosh, I didn't even press anything. You're asking why I didn't attack sooner? What was stopping you from doing so at every private opportunity? Come on now, bro. What the fuck? Yo, this shit does it every time, and I swear I'm not pressing anything. I'm challenging you to convince me after your malicious intent. It's not something I wish to hear, but this doesn't make any sense. Why would Say protect me only to endanger herself? That's enough. Oh my god, we're not getting anywhere like this. But this discussion, oh my gosh. Otto is literally off, y'all. Otto is literally off. I'm about to fucking lose it. But this is discussion. It's impossible to make heads or tails of it. We had a culprit pin from the start, Say, but we drew out the trial only for Cannon to take ownership of a hidden gun wound, and now we really are back to square one. Say met the requirement for lifting darkness and hid the gun wound so we would all vote wrong. Neither me, Missy, nor Echo were at the scene, so basing our conjecture on the testimonies of the two most suspicious people it's impossible. Damn it! How can we possibly find the truth based on their word and word alone? I understood Lao's frustration, but during all the discussion so far, there has always been an obvious culprit staring right at our face. But something inside me kept resisting the easy answer. I simply couldn't accept Say as a culprit. I had to think. Those strange occurrences ending in death, I learned something I normally would not have. With no tangible proof of what I need to express, I put faith in the facts I learned from memories of the events, hoping something would work out. I think I read that. I put my faith in believing no one here could kill. Not after what happened twice already. Just why did I experience those strange occurrences? In the two scenarios, my life was gravely threatened. And yet, I still stood here with the memories of those events. After all, they had to happen for a reason, right? It was far-fetched, but I had to utilize what I learned, with hopes that the facts learned would guide me in the right direction. Discussion? I had to think about what I've come to know. The information I learned when we went to the siren room, it was about the killing game. The game was an experiment to see who would survive and win. to overcome the ultimate students. In the game, participants were paired with other close students to create friction between relations. The game was set up to sow chaos and disorder. Say was listed alongside a former student, Akihiko. Oh, that was his first name. Now known to us as Zero. After Missy, Forte and I came to a dead end in our search. We discovered Cannon had been killed. Missy and Forte fell shortly after. Then I, the last one standing, heard the voice of the assailant, Say. She pleaded for escape, but in my near-death haze, I could recall Zero himself telling Say, "You don't want the prize." That, even after eliminating everyone, killing wasn't the answer. I was whisked back in time somehow, back to the decision that would bring me to this point alive. Those are things I learned before falling to my demise. Falling for a sparse moment, that is. Finding new life mysteriously breathing to me, I wandered a different path, utilizing information that I learned from my previous experience. That information had led us, here to contemplate another murder. Foolish to think that the experience would be my last, as I would come to relive near death once again when our discussion became deadlocked. This time, I risked emulating the strange dead-end occurrence to pursue the thing I believe was missing from Forte's murder. It was a brief experience, but I saw the method Zero used to dispose of Cannon. Small, near-invisible needles shot at high speed. And a little else before returning here. There was nothing for me to do there. The truth felt close, but I felt an apprehension rising in my chest. Say, tell me, what happened after Cannon shot Forte? What happened? I stabbed Forte. How many times do I have to tell you? You stabbed Forte? But did you kill him? Isn't it obvious? It's not. Cannon claims that before she shot you, Forte was the last one in possession of the dagger. The lights went out shortly after. And from that point, no one can really say who had the dagger. And though the dagger was plunged into Forte's abdomen, giving us the impression of it being the murder weapon, I can't help but think otherwise. Primarily because of the scenario we found ourselves in. There was constant pressure put upon us with personalized motives spread throughout our exploration, that is. This allows personalized motive. Final personalized motives. I'm gonna be honest, at this point, I'm just trying to get through it. They're not letting me fucking have any discussions, pick anything. It's just a bunch of reading. I'm getting mad. We're getting nowhere. A heavy darkness to stoke our fear. We would be scrambling until someone acted maliciously from the previously set pressure. But I couldn't even see my own hand in front of my face, let alone begin to think of a plan to kill and get away with it. So to carry it out to fruition would be near impossible. If the entire building was indeed plunged in such darkness, I can't help but think, how could any of us have killed Forte? That's interesting phrasing. Yeah, where do you want to? We call when our group split. Zero mentioned something interesting. So y'all decided to split, huh? That's alright. No sweat off my back. Figuratively speaking, obviously. Thanks to your fancy bracelets, I can still locate where you are. There's no escaping for you quite yet. Seems he's able to know our whereabouts within the building. In this case, he was able to locate us from our bracelets. Are you implying Zero has taken moves to actively, though discreetly, participate in the game with us? There's no going back. Yes, I believe Zero might have had a hand in killing Forte. That's nonsense. Have you lost your mind? Where are you getting this theory? I know you want us to entertain you, but this is a little much, isn't it? Lau, please, I know it's a lot to ask, but I want you to trust me. Thank you! Turn this shit the fuck up! Now this is something I want to discuss. I'd like to hear where you're getting this funny idea as well, Echo. Lau's intense leer burned through me, but he fell silent, allowing me to continue. He must be observing my Nep's unpredictable move. Just like when I suggested knowing the testing chamber's code. Zero idly gazed back at me, a complete poker face masking whatever scheme he was plotting. I felt a strange sense of conviction that connecting the execution method with the mysterious pool of blood that was behind Forte's head would lead me to an answer I was seeking. I had to use what I learned from Kenneth's execution's dead end. The fact that Zero prepared a barrage of needles, it's like Missy said, the more he talks, the faster his options will diminish. If Zero's redying himself for an explanation, this was my opening to draw something out from him. Zero, I want the truth. The truth that you're the one behind this. The truth? Let's see if you can find it, bitch. You're making a ridiculous accusation, you know. How could I have possibly killed a student? I can only operate within the courtroom. Zero is goading me. His voice is unwavering, but there's a statement somewhere that I can use. But Yes, as far as we've seen, you can only operate from within the courtroom. But that's where the body turned up, isn't it? That much was obvious. The announcement summoned us to the courtroom and there's no evidence of a crime being moved from one place to another. What? What weapon do you suppose I killed him with? The only weapon available was the dagger. Say admitted to using it. I definitely didn't electrocute or use supersonic on anyone this time around. Face it, there's nothing in the courtroom that shows I had anything to do with this. I know exactly. It's true that there was nothing in the courtroom, but there are things beyond the courtroom walls, namely the tools used for executions that you clearly have some agency over. He conveniently omitted the cause of death because it would have inflicted someone not from our group. Based on what everyone else knows, it sounded far-fetched, but to me, it was the only thing that made perfect sense. Zero seemingly had no power in the courtroom, proven by the fact that during the past 2 trials, the hologram's purpose had been purely cosmetic. That said, the machinery hiding behind the trial walls themselves could very well suffice not only as tools for executions, but for murder in and of itself. That's how it's going to be, huh? So are you implying I took Forte beyond the walls, executed him, and dumped the body back out? Why wouldn't I just execute him and leave his body with the rest of the punished students? He didn't do anything to receive an execution anyway. I'm not so heartless, you know. Oh! Echo, this discussion is going nowhere. What would Zero even have to gain from participating? Bitch, fuck you! I thought you were supporting me. You're a pussy. I have nothing to gain from interfering. And in my position, I certainly have nothing to lose. If the ultimate prize is so desirable, then even in our whatever of the game would want to win it, why didn't Zero simply eliminate us from the start? Lau brought up a good point. I haven't unearthed anything useful from Zero yet, and it's within reason. That if Zero wanted the prize as well, we wouldn't have it survived this long. So there has to be a reason why. Hang on. Nothing to lose? The location and method was clear to me, but the motivation stumped me. I had to concentrate. If Zero truly had nothing to gain by executing us all, why did he only now carry out a plan to murder one of the game participants? If he had nothing to gain, there must be something he didn't want to lose. Something he wanted to keep. Something or someone. Exactly. Zero and Say, they have some sort of connection. That very connection could become the motive I'm looking for. Kenan noticed seeing Forte with the dagger last, just before the lights went out. To Say is unscathed and the room showed no signs of a gunshot in the wall, it's clear Forte must have taken the shot. This beat is fucking crank. If Forte had the dagger the entire time, he could have used it against Say. And if Zero was observing his offense against her, oh, I didn't even think about this. This is crazy. Then he would have a reason to consider Forte a threat to Say. That has to be it. It's impossible for me to assert with any certainty what exactly occurred in the courtroom. However, I think of a reason why it happened. Yeah, right. And it's not for the ultimate prize. Like Lau said, if the ultimate prize was so desirable, why would a Zero get rid of us all from the beginning? In that case, winning the ultimate prize has nothing to do with why Zero acted. Although he isn't strictly a participant, and he's still involved. I know I said it wrong, but y'all get what I meant. The involvement, there's something connecting us as the participants to him as an overseer. Lyle, you have something very important that will complete the picture. The note. It reads, if you recognize one of the symbols depicted, then you have finally found me and are safe. Please do not speak of the note's existence. Trust me, trust no one but yourself. Lau discovered this note in the pantry after seeing Say duck in there for a brief moment. Say must have known something as early as the 3rd day. No one even earlier since Zero's emblem was shown on the 2nd day. It's like Kenan said. When the killing game announcement came on, Say must have been clued in on the person behind it. She's known all this time and played us for fools by ducking out of confrontation. Holy shit, this trial is fucking crazy. Say is the other insider. Her student profile didn't explicitly document involvement in the game, but her files were paired along with Akihiko's, the one we currently call Zero. On the 2nd day, when Zero summoned us to the atrium to present a special gift, this note must have been it. Based on what we know, it's now clear that Say must have some insight on who Zero is. However, instead of thinking Say was a spy within our ranks, conniving with Zero to plot against us. Zero is the one trying to bridge the gap between participant and arbiter, or whatever, to intervene with safe safety.
Huh? Wait.
But even if that's the case, why would Say go out of her way to direct the attention of implicating herself as the culprit? Isn't that action in diametric opposition of what you're implying? No, I give Forte. He deserved it after all. Okay, bitch, we know you're lying, bro. Like, shut up.
She would be forsaking her own safety by placing the blame on herself, that false culprit, causing us to vote incorrectly and inevitably causing us all to die.
Zero has nothing to do with it.
What Say did to Forte during this trial was on her own volition, shattering the connection between her and Zero. If he killed to keep her safe, she was completely threw the sentiment out of the window.
I'm the only culprit. Vote for me.
Well, Zero, what do you have to say about all this?
He's caught.
You'll never know the answer if you don't vote. If Say confessed, what's stopping you from accepting her judgment as the truth? You want to believe your friend, don't you?
What's stopping me? I want to believe that she could never do something like that.
That's it? Just like you're completely out of this world conjecture about me interfering, you have no tangible basis to trust her either. Such irresponsible thinking could lead you to an execution, you know.
Zero wasn't going to be shaken so easily, but the fact that his arguments are lofty and just intangible gave me some solace that I could turn the trial around. I could do so by focusing on the subject of his motivation. Say, I'm not going to vote for you. You're the only one who knows what happened for certain. So please, tell us why. Why are you trying so hard to make us vote incorrectly? You can't possibly want us all to get executed, do you? You seen that pygmy-ass face Echo had? That's exactly what I want.
Even though Cannon admitted to something she didn't do, I went with it for the sake of redirecting the votes. Regardless if you voted for her or voted for me, I was going to be wrong and we'd all face execution. And we would finally be freed from this horrible game.
Say, you can't possibly believe leading us to our demise is the right answer.
Why not?
I hate it. I hate it. Pandora is gone. Art is gone. Cyrus is gone. Ashley is gone. And now Forte is gone. Damn, these songs are scary as shit, bro. Because of me, I can't stand any of this. The pain and suffering, it's endless. Zero killed Forte to protect me. But I don't care. I don't know who Zero is anymore. I came all this way to find the shell of someone I knew. When this nightmare... Will this nightmare end? When can we escape? Even if we don't kill, someone dies, we're still stuck. We're trapped, and I'm tired of believing in something that will never happen. I have nothing to lose and nothing to gain. Why keep going? What's the point of fighting? Everyone is slipping out of my fingers, and I'll be left alone. Alone? Say, look around you. You're not alone. What? You say you have nothing left to lose, but what about the people standing before you? We aren't enduring the pain, the guilt, the torment of surviving for nothing. Endurance? Survival? Please, we can figure this out together. Okay. So what? Our endurance is worthless? Say it's spiraling? I need to convince her that she's not alone? That the fight is worth fighting? I'm hitting it! Okay. Bitch. Bitch. But a complete execution won't solve the problem. There's another way out. I'm certain of it. There must be, so please help me. Yo, they're gonna fucking break my spacebar, dog. This is fucking crazy. Let me use the fucking mouse, bitch. Yeah, hit her shit. Forget? I want to stop this game too, but we shouldn't forget the turmoil our friends went through. Pandora, Cyrus, Ashley, and Forte. Bitch, we can't simply abandon our memories of the past. I'm not gonna stop the game by voting for you, bitch. I'm not gonna abandon my memory of you either. Me? But I don't understand. Bitch, bitch, bitch. You don't know. I already learned this trick. That's not true. Oh, shit. Can't be working. The truth of hopelessness was staring us straight in the face. There was no denying it. But I felt a desire to combat the terror that hung over us, and above all, after experiencing what Say did to us, out of desperation, I felt responsibility to vouch for her innocence. The only way I knew how. Say, you're not alone. You're here with us as our friend. And you're not alone in feeling scared and hopeless. Everyone's trying their best to keep their head above the water. I don't know what will happen after this, or if we even make it out, but we have to try. But I did a horrible thing to Forte. Isn't this ending what I deserve? Not your fault. How can you know that? I believe you. Please. I don't want to see us go through anything like this again, so you're the only one who knows for certain who the culprit is. The game will surely be over after we uncover this last truth. After all, you didn't kill Forte. I knew that from like the very start. It was too obvious, pointing towards Say. How could I? Of course I didn't kill him. I was so scared. This looks scary? Nico was right about the motives. The fact that little by little, everyone was being pushed somewhere or another into distress. I felt the pressure mounting. Who wants to know what sort of motive would be delivered? I took the dagger to protect myself. I couldn't possibly know what was going on in anyone's head after the motives, could I? I wasn't even relieved that I didn't get a motive, because I couldn't help but think about everyone else's, that everyone would be given a reason to turn on one another. When Forte said he would take matters into his hands, I feared for my life. I froze after I slashed at Missy and he overtook the dagger. What Cannon saw was only half the story. He did appear to have the advantage over me, but it was just a performance. A performance for the only possible person in the audience. The lights went out. Darkness, Lao's gift direct from his fears to you. Only murder will live to darkness. What the? Forte and I were plunged into a never-ending darkness. Even though I hadn't moved, I couldn't even tell where the floor was. But somehow, he found me. Don't move a muscle. And it seemed he quickly took action to meet darkness lifting condition. Finally, Forte had the dagger pointed at my throat. I could feel the chilling, cold steel just inches away. Finally, I thought time had stopped. Forte was still as stone with the dagger poised for my end. He whispered something so low that I had imagined it. The stage where every man must play a part, and mine a sad one. Then Forte just fell. The lights returned. I saw his body lying face up. A small pool of blood was forming behind his head, and I looked as to see the trial grounds wall close steadily, and the Zero hologram with this awful satisfied expression. He made a gesture like he was holding an invisible camera. Zero clued me in on who he was going to mark as a culprit, even though Zero killed Forte himself. Zero planned to manipulate the outcome of the trial. I could see the trial play out in my head. Forte's gun wound would have been the decisive clue. The pool behind his head probably thought to be just from the falling impact. I couldn't believe it. Forte was killed because of me. Kenna was going to be framed because of me. I picked up the dagger Forte dropped. The true culprit was never going to be found. I was going to make the trial easy and direct the blame toward me, so the wrong vote and executions following could happen right away. Then we wouldn't have to suffer a long trial. And this dreadful game could finally come to an end. Okay, so we know it's Zero. After all, it's my fault Forte was pushed to do such a thing to himself. Killing is the only answer here. So he was forced into a corner, using me as bait to sacrifice himself to Zero. He went through those slaying. Why didn't he just kill me and be done with it?
Damn, Forte died a fucking real one, bro.
I couldn't understand what had happened. So I thought if I could lead the trial to an incorrect vote, then the game would end without me having to do that terrible thing. It would be freed from this trap. But Zero saved me.
He took you out of harm's path. At least that's what he thought he was doing.
Say, you knew that he was trying to manipulate the blame off you. So why did you still try to redirect the vote to yourself? Because I have nothing else to look forward to. I ended up here for one reason or another, and all the signs have pointed towards demise. Because even after all that, whoever that Zero is, he isn't my friend anymore. And now, Nothing. Say, you must know by now that we're here for you. Missy's right. We've been trapped. That much is certain, but we're not isolated. We have each other, and together we can help each other build up hope for escape. You don't need to act alone. I forgot her voice, bro. Akihiko, we both wanted to save someone. You don't truly think this was the answer, do you? Manipulating the trial like this, it's unruly.
Akihiko isn't here anymore. Since giving himself up to the game, his conscience has been long gone. Being so delusioned by the way he and his fellow students were treated, he dropped everything and let himself be consumed with despair. It's poetic, isn't it? Gave himself up because this game was the only thing he could cling to. It gave him purpose. In fact, Gay is also holding on to the killing game. Can you really trust her? After all, she oversaw the game just as I am before you released her, that is. All she did was watch and let Pandora die.
Oh my god. You have no idea the sacrifice I went through. I see that the idea that you think I idled and watched her die.
Uh-huh. And what have you done since to prevent it? You didn't try to stop her silent like I did you? Bitch.
You're quiet, Gaia. He's right. You didn't do shit. You let your sister turn into a fucking op pack, bitch.
So, you think Gaia's on your side? Spouting empty sentiments and rolling over doing nothing but watch the game carelessly take lives? I'll tell you what. Your friend Gary here did something very interesting.
Don't you dare demonize what I did.
Excuse me? I never killed anyone in my game. You, on the other hand, why you disgust me. I invited you to open the foyer doors so no one of these fools could deliver your punishment. They have no reason to trust you after all. There are no rules, save for one. Those who kill should not get away with it. Let me give it one more try. Yeah, isn't your friend? Not a chance. Wait, what? Gary isn't your friend? Not a chance. She has played this game once before. Will do anything to keep herself from losing going forward. And even from the winner's circle, she did what she could to gain the advantage. She's the one who trapped you in this ship.
I knew it! I figured we were on a boat. From the very beginning, right? She said ship, so we're on a boat. This is what I thought.
Even if someone won this game, there would be nowhere to go. You're completely sealed in. Left to die in isolation, confined in these walls. It's crazy, isn't it? In fact, trapping you all may be a ploy for her to kill again. Why not? It'll prove once more that she's deserving of being called an ultimate.
You don't understand. I did what I had to.
Oh, of course I don't understand. You're the one giving hope to these people. Yeah, all you've done is cause trouble, bitch. Fortunately for you, I control what occurs in this vicious circle. I'm using the power to...
What? I think it said keep safe. Keep me safe? She had never brought me here in the first place.
I know, I was tricked. This game is a farce. I won the killing game that preceded this one and received the ultimate prize. The prize of a lifetime of suffering.
That's the prize? That's the prize? Prize. Within a group of incredibly... Oh, that's why when Say did all that, he was like, you don't want the prize. Okay. Within a group of incredibly talented individuals, should someone defeat their fellow ultimate students and come out on top, their efforts and achievements would be highly prized, wouldn't they? To see who would come out on top. That was the experiment the Preservation Project was conducting. The project wanted to gather the very best of the best for the sake of the future, as it were. The Despair program has ruined whatever semblance of Akihiko remained, creating this Zero persona. Zero was a false name you ran under in the previous game after all. No surprise to me that it's being used again under the guise of a killing game operator. Despite that, Akihiko's will to protect Sei's persist in the Zero memory. Forte must have taken the risk to see whether or not the entity connected to Sei would act. I hardly recognize him anymore. His voice is the same, but I don't know who that is anymore. There's no trace left.
That's right. He's a shell of his former self. The game and all its terrors now is habit and in the ultimate radio host. Like he wanted to erase the wrongdoing he committed in his game, and
what the fuck is going on, bro? Let's end this whole trial.
Ready?
What? 815 what?
stop!
The hologram cracked in and out. The program was fighting itself right before our very eyes. Your efforts are wasted. Oh, okay, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I'm about to cut this shit off.
You give up yourself to despair. You still try to deliver a signal of hope? You define your own actions, the very self-preservation actions that saved you in the last game. What happened to selflessness?
I can't what?
I'll bury you.
The whatever the fuck we call Zero is fighting itself. Its current form and a former form, trying to make sense of its own actions. Oh, what's happening? A conflict we cannot control. I have a last-ditch effort prepared. We cannot just overcome the darkness. The light shuddered as we watched Zero's fight unfold. I'm about to turn this shit off. The Zero entity fought his way to dominance, greeting us with its haunting grin.
Well. I guess you caught me, eh?
Fine.
The jig is up. I won't resist since I've been thoroughly caught in the act by some triumph of hope or whatever nonsense you want to admit. After all, I wouldn't be doing your efforts justice to keep fighting back if you went through so much trouble. Must have been some rotten luck that got you out of this one, huh? Who are you, Echo? I don't know how you, a talentless nobody, managed to realize the trick I pulled off. By all accounts, you should have been executed by now. If all went according to my manipulation, Cannon should be a whatever the fuck, and the rest of you dropped into an incinerator. Although, what's stopping me from letting that happen? I like to keep myself and bring you all with me. Don't you dare! This is the last show with your host, Zero, signing off today's cast with Eternal Dead Air.
The lights bloom violently over whatever the fuck the trial grounds of the blast of glaring heat.
Damn it, no!
A tremor tore through the room. The sound of metal creaking filled the halls and the lights flickered whatever the fuck dizzyingly as we all struggled to gain footing. Everyone, get down and cover your head and neck. We all dove to the floor, each quake jolting us to and fro with ease. What the fuck is going on, bro? I did nothing this whole trial. The shaking came down to a low rumble and the ground eventually settled into stillness once more. The lights returned to a dim glow and the five of us cautiously rose to our feet. The trial grounds were quiet.
Where's that bastard Zero?
Lau leapt to his feet, darting around the trial grounds for signs of the arbiter. Are you alright? A concerned static filled hologram again illuminated the room.
We're fine, no thanks to you.
I'm sorry. I didn't anticipate this superstructure would have yet buckled under pressure, but seeing as Zero overloaded the systems, that adverse effect of his self-inflicted execution may have sped up the process.
What are you talking about? That doesn't explain where you were and why you're never helpful.
Lau, come on. We're all fine, aren't we? I helped Cannon to her feet, as Missy did the same with Say. Are you okay, Cannon?
A little shaky, but I'm in one piece. Thanks.
Missy, Say? We're alright. That is a relief to hear.
So that's it, right?
Huh?
Zero is gone. The game is over. We're done here, aren't we? So let's get the hell out of here.
Hang on. Sure, he's gone, but there's so many unanswered questions. First of all, he said we're on a ship. Even if we get out, we're stuck here, drifting out on the sea. If there was a wholly unknown testing chamber below us this entire time, it's within reason that there's a helm hitting somewhere as well. Gaia, was it? He said you were responsible for such a thing. Is this true? Gaia sighed. I will answer your questions in due time. For now, I would like to ask that you all rest for a spell before coming down to the testing chambers. It's been a long day. Been a long few days for you all.
What? Let you jump ship to a concealed exit passageway while our guard is down? No way, bitch.
No, I understand your desire to push forward, but a break will allow us to sort our thoughts. This is dumb as fuck. This whole trial was fucking ass. Please, I'm not going anywhere. I will await your arrival. His hologram clips out as the rest of us shuffle idly. Lau huffs and shrugs as he made his way to the elevator. Looks like that was the end. There was no vote, no execution. Just the end. Although Zero's destruction provided some relief, I still left uneasy. There was still so much uncertainty that was lurking before us. I sighed. This shit was trash. The rest of us followed Lau into the elevator, and together we returned to the foyer. Us remained as 5 students left the trial grounds in shadows. For good. Alright, y'all. I'm saving right here. Alright, y'all. That was Forte's class trial, and we found out that Zero was actually the killer. Now, I'm not gonna lie, from the very start of this video, even like all the days I've been thinking about why the fuck Say would kill
Forte. It made no sense to me, and I already told myself it was too obvious and it wasn't safe. Then I kept thinking to myself, I never thought it possible it would have been Zero. I'll be honest. When they said canon, that also didn't feel right. At that point, I was like, who the fuck is it then? Because everybody else has alibis. At that point, I was just like everybody else, and I was trying to, bitch. I was sitting down like loud on all of them, listening to fucking Echo talk, and I'm sitting there just like them, like, what? Because I don't know how he knew all that. I'll be honest. But as he put it all together, it started making sense. I connected the dots. And it was cool. The only thing I don't like is, bro, I made no decisions there. I did nothing. I was just doing a bunch of reading, bro. Shit was dookie caca water. But, I mean, I don't even know what happened there. There was some quaking going on, and fucking Zero disappeared. And now we're okay. And now we're apparently gonna go get fucking sleep. That's the most ridiculous thing I've heard. So until the next episode. On the next episode, we'll figure out what happens the next fucking morning, right? It feels like we're close to the end of the game. This is part, I think, 9 now. I seen a guy, he recorded like 10 parts to this. So I gotta be close to the end of this game. And I'm not gonna lie, they had me up to here and I was lit. I was like, this game is perfect. This trial, set it back down, dog, to like, it was like a 9 out of 10. Right now it's like 6.5 out of 10, bro. Like, this whole trial was funk. I'm gonna move it up to a 7 just because it was interesting how they made it that Zero was the killer. But I mean, it's a fan game, so I can't hate, but let me make more decisions, bro. Let me get more active in the trials. I did none of that, bro. All I did was read and comprehend, and it feels garbo. But it is what it is. Until next time, I will, if you like this video, obviously subscribe to your boy. Like this video if you want to see more Danganronpa. We gotta be close to the finale, so stay freaking tuned, y'all. And I love y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next video.